We're making progress here this morning, but a little bit late. He puts his pad out of the tent and then gets all his stuff and finishes getting ready on his pad. We'll need a brush. And we're gonna get moving. The morning of day 92. Is that right, you guys? Our second full day in Washington, day 92. These trees are kind of cool, covered in moss. So, Unbreakable shirt has rubbed a hole in it last year to drive shirt. Yesterday you turned it around. Did that help?
No, because the front was choking me out.
Oh, no. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting close to the end. Okay, let's see the curly trail hair. That's fluffy. Nice. Think you can get through that, Elliot?
Yeah.
That is northbound, and this is southbound. There's our tent site. So we're going southbound to go back out to the road. So here's the quick situation. Coming to Washington, there was a road walk that actually, I mentioned it yesterday, it actually would have saved us like 18 miles, and it would have avoided all that climbing we did yesterday. But we didn't do it because I didn't want to come into Washington and avoid the trail. Situation today is that we're coming up to, it's going to have more blowdowns, it's going to have more overgrowth, really bad mosquito section. This road walk today doesn't change the mileage, right? We're still doing the same amount of miles that we would be doing on trail. We're just doing them on the road instead. Sometimes the road adds miles, sometimes it takes away miles. This one's pretty even. It's a wash. So we're gonna do it today. So, still walking on our feet, going to Canada. But today it's gonna be a lot of miles on pavement.
Well, pavement and dirt.
Pavement and dirt. Yeah, probably mostly dirt roads actually. So here we go, on our way. We have one in the shell. I'm wondering if they just get too big for the shells. There aren't big enough shells around. That's why we've been seeing so many on trail without the shell.
Wait, is that
What? What are you trying to figure out? Drive, so what's the question about that?
The question is do the snails have their shell attached to their body, or are they in the shell? How is the shell attached to their body?
If the front of them is hanging out and the back of them is hanging out.
Is it just sitting on the back just to be there as a decoration?
That's a good question. That's something we need to find out. Maybe someone knows.
Yeah.
This is Panther Creek. That water looks so nice and clean. Here we are, walking uphill on a paved road. Trail's not too far away, actually. And if we were on the trail, the view would pretty much be the same right now. We'd just be in the woods. But the difference is we don't have to walk up and over a million logs that are down, and we don't have to slog through some of this poison ivy and poison oak that's all along the sides of the trail. Still walking miles. At the Creek Falls side trail here. What you eating? Chocolate. Breakfast break. So we're here having some breakfast. Punisher was just here. Walked up with him this morning and headed up trail. This is the section of trail that multiple people have warned us is mosquitoes worse than Oregon. So a debate here. We can keep heading up this trail and into mosquitoes worse than Oregon, or we could walk along the road some more, pretty much the same amount of miles, and miserable. So we're trying to make that decision here. I think that's what we might want to do.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad. I think we're just gonna go this route. Mosquitoes are like biting my cheeks. So in order to go around, we actually have to go down this road from where we came from. We're now walking 1.8 miles back to a different intersection junction.
In that little trailhead parking thing, and as we sat there longer, the hordes of mosquitoes started coming, like by the hundreds.
Yeah, comments from other hikers, the warnings. People warned us days ago about this section, and we could just tell it probably was going to be as bad or worse. So this might be an extra few miles that we're adding now. This is a piece of Ben's brace that just broke off. Oh my God. All right. Well, he's getting those taken off when we get home. If they didn't have time to take them off before we left, I'm not overly worried as long as that doesn't like cut up his gums or something. All right, so this isn't real fun, hiking uphill miles and miles on dirt roads, but the alternative is we'd be hiking uphill on the trail in the woods getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. So
When you think about it that way, it doesn't sound so bad.
yeah, this doesn't sound so bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like the better choice. So we're hiking on. Oh, it's hot. We're still walking. Seems like this entire road's been uphill, huh?
Yeah.
A couple miles ago, we were only a few miles from a horse camp. We need water. It's hot. And I'm just about out of water. So, feels like it's taking forever to get there, but hopefully we're close. So we made it here to the horse camp. Actually has a picnic table, might have some pit toilets. There's a river running over here, so we should be able to access some water. Take a quick rest. All right, nice clear running water across the street, a river. And Drive just said, I'm gonna eat. Are you gonna eat? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm tired and hungry. And he said,
Isn't that what a through hike is?
this is a nice spot though. I'm thankful for this picnic table to sit at.
Why haven't I been
All right,
doing
so
this?
we had a chicken tender that was packed out 2 days ago that you forgot you had. We weren't sure if it was moldy or not, but we've decided it's not mold.
And now I'm eating it.
And you traded that to Ben. So you traded that to Unbreakable for what? For a cheese and salami.
Pepperoni.
They are pretty good, aren't they? They're even better if you put them in bread for future reference.
Alright, I'll think of it.
What are we eating over here? Some Misha food?
Yeah, tuna that's been sitting for like 3 weeks.
That
In the
sounds...
heat.
That's terrible.
I know, because I hadn't been eating tuna for a while, and I was just saving it in case I got hungry. And now I'm hungry,
Yeah,
and so I'm eating 3-week-old tuna
that's
fish.
gross.
So it's been slowly cooking.
I'm cold soaking some ramen, but I have no more of my tasty stuff to put in my ramen, so it's just plain noodles. And some cashews, and I have my rain jacket on, my hood up, my legs wrapped up because the mosquitoes are out. We're hiking on. I think the mosquitoes should not be so bad as we walk up the road. There are camp spots tent sites, trailheads, but we did not see a single horse or a single person. This road was closed a little ways back. I don't expect to see anyone along here. We're going to reconnect with the trail in a handful of miles and camp on trail tonight, but it's mid-afternoon and we're looking at about 18 more miles before bed. So we're back on our way. Looks like it might have gotten washed out or something up here. Got a water source if you need it.
Washed out and exposed. That's unfortunate.
Unbreakable started running. He's gonna pull over and put his jacket on because the mosquitoes are getting bad. He said they're swarming all over my hat. I might need to put my jacket on soon. Okay, we are all like wandering around, trying not to stop, putting layers on. The bugs are horrendous. They have started to swarm all of a sudden. So here's what happened to our road. It turned into this. It was all blocked off. No cars can come this way. We're fighting the mosquitoes. We got to cross or ford or hop this creek river here and get back up on the other side, and we should be able to connect back. Well, it's a little bit better of a reason for the road to be closed. Okay, coming back out. Wow, that was crazy. At some point when I was flailing around killing mosquitoes trying to get my jacket on, bumped some buttons on my watch. I stopped the tracking for today. It's saved, so we're not done for the day, so that's going to be wrong. I just restarted a new one for these final miles, but that'll make two workouts or two trackings for today, which be a little bit more confusing, but anyway. Oh my gosh, legs are getting eaten alive here. All right, so Putter and Drive are nowhere in sight. I think they're running from the mosquitoes. They put on their pants and their jackets though, right? And their bug nets, but they're still running from the mosquitoes. Okay, so we're talking about the rest of the trip, trying to figure out our mileage, when we can finish, what we should do each day. We've been looking forward to this town of Stehekin to get cinnamon buns, honey buns, whatever they make there at the bakery, but what we didn't notice or care about until this point is this climb out of Stehekin that's going to be killer. Like 7,000 feet of elevation.
Yep.
Like 20-something miles of just total ascent when we leave that town.
Wait, Ben, was
So-
that from right here?
Obviously, that's going to slow us down that day. Man. So we can't just assume that we can do like consistent days from here on out. We're really trying to look at that. There's some challenging days coming up here in Washington. And actually, another day or two from now, we're going to start dealing with snow, with some sketchy traverses. People are saying are legitimately dangerous with the amount of snow that's still on them. So we've got some stuff to figure out here. But man, it's going to be a push and a challenge all the way to the finish. Okay, here I am. The mosquitoes are, I've had all over my hands, around my head. Can you see them? Like swarming. Oh, here we are connecting. This is supposed to be like a dirt road or whatever, connecting back with the trail. And we're going to find a place to set up so that we don't get eaten alive here. It's been a long, challenging day. I can't imagine. I think that if we had stayed on the trail the entire time today, that we would have definitely had to set up our tent early. So I think it was good that we did the road walk. It was exhausting and long and whatever, but I think it was the right thing to do. Because I think we would have ended up having to stop way short today just to get in our tent and get away from the bugs. So I'm super thankful that this all worked out and that we're connecting back with the trail here in just a second, and we're going to find a place to set up our tent. Roads that we walked today basically paralleled the trail. Okay, so here we are. Here's the trail. So that was just a short walk from the road. We're gonna set up our tent, I think. It's a little bit off trail. It's nice and clear. It's a little sloped, but we're in our tent before dark. This is amazing. So thankful for how this day ended up working out. And
Mosquitoes are all around us.
yeah, the mosquitoes are out there. It's actually cold.
It's really.
We're at like 4,000 something feet of elevation on a dirt road in the woods, but it's like the temperature's pretty chilly here. And I gotta get that one. I'm gonna have to get that before we go to sleep. So anyways, this is good night from day 92, and it's chilly here in Washington.
Yeah.
Colder than we anticipated. Going to sleep tonight with my hat on and my mid layer, and we're all in our bags tonight for sure. So good night from Washington.